Hey everyone, welcome back. So in today's video, I just want to talk about my makeup consumption or my makeup mindset for the upcoming year, 2026, and how I want to go about being a makeup consumer. So I journaled or wrote down some of my thoughts about makeup consumption and how I want to act on those impulses, needs, or desires in 2026. In terms of my makeup consumption, I do want to start purchasing from brand websites rather than purchasing from like a third party. And by third party, I specifically refer to like Sephora or Ulta. Um, those are pretty large corporations that sell makeup products. And although, I appreciate the fact that there are Sephoras and Ultas near me, and that the price for some of the items I purchase are relatively relatively affordable, or in a price range that I can afford myself, I think I just want to step away from purchasing from corporations. From now on, I want to try to purchase from makeup brand websites to be able to support this specific brand, or, like making sure that that money is actually going towards a brand that is deserving of my money. I want to start doing that because, as I said, corporations are poopy, and I just tired. I'm just tired, and I kind of want to see something new in my life. When I say that, I think I want some newness in terms of like creativity, or like I just want to see the underdog win, I guess, is what I mean. So I will do my best. I will be purchasing from brand websites. Um, Another thing I want to do for my makeup consumption is I want to get the best possible deal when possible. What I mean by that is I want to start comparing websites and comparing like where I can get the best deal, but I want to do it mindfully. Like I want to do it like I don't want Amazon to be the place that I get my makeup at an affordable price point or something like that. Like I want to get it from different retailers. Um, like, for example, a lot of customers talk to me about QVC, and I've heard of QVC, but basically, like, a lot of the customers I've spoken to about QVC, they really get those makeup or skincare or basically those beauty products or even non-beauty related products at such an affordable price. And like, it's crazy how much the upcharge is at retailers, like especially like Sephora and Ulta, or like even other retailers, I suppose. But that's what I mean when I say get the best possible deal when applicable, because saving money is important, and if I can get it at the best possible time, the best possible um, price point, then I shall. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to go hunting for good deals. I I want it to be a mindful approach in terms of like, oh, I ran out of my brow product. I gonna go look up if this brow product is affordable, either on the brand's website or compare it to like QVC or like Credo, or like different third party retailers like that. So nothing like such a large corporation. Now, I haven't done any research on QVC, So I don't know how well QVC operates as a business. It's so crazy how I say, oh, I don't like green eyeshadow on me. I haven't worn green eyeshadow in a while. And yet here I am dipping into green eyeshadow pretty much in almost every video, it seems. I am using a palette that is no longer purchasable. It's no longer on the market, but it is from a indie brand, and I got it for free. They kind of just put it in my order, and I was so happy. I'll talk more on them in a minute. But yeah, it was crazy seeing that in my package. I was like, what? No way, a free eyeshadow palette. Mind you, I did not buy an eyeshadow palette from this brand. They just put it in there. And I looked up if they still had it on their website, and unfortunately they do not. I'll show you in a minute. I know we're all waiting, anticipating. It's the Game Beauty palette. This is the Adventure palette. Isn't it so pretty? Okay. And this is what the inside of it looks like. Oh, sorry. It was upside down. This is what the inside of it looks like. Man. This palette is really nice. And yeah, that's the palette I got for free from my Game Beauty order. I just was so shocked. So far, good, positive interactions with this palette. Speaking of brands, my next makeup consumption habit that I want to incorporate is purchasing from specific brands. Like I said, I will purchase from specific brand websites, but I'm trying to narrow down my brand options because I don't know. There's certain brands I want to see succeed and just improve and do better. And then the brands that I have been supporting through Sephora, it's just like, what have you done? What positive have you done for your community? You know what I mean? So a lot of the brands I want to focus on in 2026 are definitely indie brands. And if they aren't indie brands, then they are brands I see a lot of improvement on. One of the makeup brands, which you guys are probably very much aware of, that I want to purchase from and continue to purchase from is Fantasy Cosmetica. If you're not familiar, I love Fantasy Cosmetica. I've talked about them in quite a few videos I have, and yeah, I don't have any bad things to say. Like, that is a brand I support with my entire being. I see so much like goodness coming from them, and I want to continue spreading that goodness and like giving them my money because I think they deserve it. Another brand that I want to continue supporting is Bella Beauty Bar or Bella Beauty Bar. I've only purchased one thing from them, and that is the Coalescence palette that was in collaboration with Newport Makeup, either on Instagram or here on YouTube. I love that palette. It's wonderful. I've done a video on it, or maybe a few videos on it, if you're curious to check it out. And I've looked at their website recently and tried to gauge where they're at in terms of like what their offerings are, and I've been intrigued by a few things. I actually did place a order for their Black Friday sale. I did not buy any makeup products. I really just bought their like tools and accessories. I bought their brushes set, and I believe I brought like a empty magnetic palette. I like what they offer on their website. I'm To be honest, there's not a lot of research I've done on each of these brands. I'm just letting you know who I'm interested in, what I'm interested in, and stuff like that. If ever I mention a brand that you're like, maybe not, you should try to read up on them, please let me know down below. I would love to research on brands and different things, because I did make the mistake of purchasing from an indie brand I thought was fine, and then turns out they're not. But same thing could be said for me purchasing from a massive makeup brand, and I have, and they're definitely problematic. So it's hard to find non-problematic brands, honestly. Another brand I will continue to support is Salt New York. Like I've said in my previous video, I've purchased Salt New York many years ago, when it was pretty much all the rage, and I made recent purchases from Salt New York that I love and adore. So I will definitely continue to choose this brand and purchase from them. They mainly offer like complexion products and color cosmetics products, which I'm fine with. Like, if I eventually come to a point where I want to do minimalism, I think that would be a brand I would choose to do, or choose to use their complexion products from. Yeah. And I love Kiki G. Kiki is, if you follow her on Instagram, oh my word, she's a delight. She posts so much on her stories. I don't watch all of her stories. I try to stay off of Instagram as much as possible. But she's got a life, you guys. Like, she's very involved in very many aspects. So definitely check her out. She's a joy. Another brand I want to continue supporting is Lethal Cosmetics. The only products I've purchased from Lethal Cosmetics are the Adventure Time products. I would love to explore their product selection more one day. At the moment, I'm not really like rushing or anything to get more from them. I think they've turned into like a brand that does a lot of like intellectual property? Is that like IP? A lot of IP collabs. Like, they've done Avatar, Dexter, Adventure Time, and I'm sure like a few more that I don't remember off the top of my head. And I just I'd love to see what they do on their own without like a collaboration. Or if it is going to be a collaboration, I would love to see it with like an influencer, like a YouTuber. The product I love the most so far from Lethal Cosmetics, which I've only purchased their color cosmetics products. I love it. I love their blush formula. It's the cream to powder or creamy powder blush. It's a lovely formula, and I would love to purchase more of those, but I'll do it. I'll do it when I'm ready, or when it's necessary, which probably won't be for several years. But yeah, I'll definitely keep my eye on Lethal Cosmetics. Another brand that I am going to continue to support is Game Beauty. Again, I've just shown you. This is the Adventure Palette. What an honor. I'm so happy to know about this brand and to use their products. And trust me, guys, when you receive a package from them, at least I purchased a good amount of products from them, and the package that it comes in is beautiful. It's wrapped in like game console inspired wrapping paper, and it's just lovely. It was such a treat to open. I was very surprised, and I really enjoyed opening that. So Game Beauty is definitely on my list for sure. They're on their 5-year anniversary, so they've been around. They've been on the market for 5 years, and it's such a joy to see a brand continue to survive all of these large corporations and to continue thriving in their community and just putting out amazing, inspiring, beautiful products. I love video games. I don't play them a lot. When I do play them, my boyfriend does have a console, so I either watch him play and like get involved, or I play myself and it's super nice. I've tried playing like games on PC. It's slightly a little challenging because I don't actually have a PC, I just have a laptop. So it's a little bit challenging, but I love video games. I love the idea of them. I enjoy the creativity, the different like skills you can obtain from playing video games. Um, yeah, there's a lot to video games that I think people will miss out on in terms of like most people think video games are like boring or lame or like why are you spending time staring at a screen when you could be doing this, that, and the other. But trust me, there's a lot more to video games that requires some skill or like will enhance and improve upon certain skills that we already have. So another brand I am interested in purchasing from, which, spoiler alert, I did purchase from, it is Rituel de Fille. This brand has been on my mind, or been like at the back of my mind for quite some time. Specifically because Amanda Z here on YouTube and a few other, but I think Amanda Z introduced me to Rituel de Fille long ago. She made videos like several years back about Rituel de Fille products, and ever since then I have always been interested in purchasing from them, but it never felt like a right time, or like some of their products when they initially came out weren't appealing to me, and I just kind of never bit the bullet. Oh, and at one point in time, they were sold in Ulta. I don't know if they still are, because when I went into a Sephora or an Ulta recently, Rituel de Fille was not there. I'm hoping that Rituel de Fille has much better prospects just seeing more prosperity selling on their website than they do inside of a retailer. Or if it is going to be inside of a retailer, hopefully it is not a large corporation. I recently placed an order for Rituel de Fille products. I've always been intrigued by this brand. They're so magical, whimsical. So I don't know. Uh, it's very inspiring. It's a very inspiring brand, and I feel some. I don't know if semblance is the right word, but I feel drawn. Sometimes I do feel magical. I do feel celestial. Sometimes I do feel otherworldly, and I'm glad I finally made a purchase from Rituel de Fille. And one content creator that uses Rituel de Fille a lot is Evangeline Molly. My heart, please. Like, I don't know, she does give Rituel de Fille vibes. Oh man, if you just go to her channel, you can sense her genuineness for the love of makeup and the love of beauty, and she's very creative, and I'm so glad that she showed up on my feed one day. I did use her discount code, and I'm happy that the suggestions that she made for purchases aligned with what I was interested in from Rituel de Fille in the first place. Another brand that I purchased from during the Black Friday sale, Unearthly Cosmetics. I've always been intrigued by Unearthly Cosmetics, even when they were formerly known as Alien Cosmetics. That brand's always been at the back of my mind as well. I, however, never made a purchase from them because I don't know, I think I was a bit poor at the time when I first discovered them as Alien Cosmetics, and I was someone that did not want to pay that amount of money for makeup when I could easily get it at a Sephora or an Ulta. Yeah, that was my mindset at one point in life. I'm so glad I have moved past that mindset, because now I am introduced to many wonderful small brands. Lovely brands too. I did place an order during their Black Friday sale. I mainly purchased their lip products. I have been intrigued by their eyeshadow palettes for a while, but I don't necessarily enjoy all of the color schemes in each palette. And also, I think there are other eyeshadow palettes that excite me, that aren't from Unearthly, but lip products. Their lip products are so desirable for me. For me. For me, for my taste, for what I want. I know that the owner has a YouTube channel. I have watched a few of her videos before, but other than that, I have not done my research very well on the brand. I do know that there has been issues with their customer service, and I know this through Marlene here on YouTube. She is known as Colorful Growth. She has a YouTube channel, and yeah, uh, I've grown to really enjoy watching Marlene and her channel, and her content. And she has made a video on like Unearthly Cosmetics lip products. If you're ever curious about lip swatches for Unearthly Cosmetics products, definitely check out Colorful Growth here on YouTube, because she has a really good video, good lip swatch video, and that allowed me to make purchases. So I really appreciate that. But Marlene here on YouTube, she has had a few either interactions or non-interactions with Unearthly Cosmetics through their customer service. So I will also try to leave links or her channel down below or somewhere in my video, just so you can check her out. She's definitely a creative here on YouTube, and she loves makeup, so definitely check her out. But yeah, Unearthly, I don't know other than their customer service, how they are as a brand. I will definitely have to do deeper research on each of these brands at some point. I'm just letting you know up front here. These are the brands I am interested in 2026. And of course, if things happen in 2026 and these brands happen to not be in alignment with me and my values, then it is what it is, you know? I'll definitely just not support them. Another brand I am interested in supporting is Glaminatrix. Their products do intrigue me, but even before the whole shipping tariffs thing, back in 2022, I was interested in Glaminatrix, and I glanced at their website and saw what they had to offer, and I still never bit the bullet because the shipping just got to me. And I know eventually I will get over shipping costs, when it comes to small brands. Just at the moment, I cannot handle that shipping cost from Glaminatrix. Um, I am aware that they have a U.S. warehouse, um, distribution, where the products in their U.S. warehouse little tab, those products are shipped from the U.S. But those aren't necessarily the products I'm most intrigued in, you know. So I'll eventually make a purchase one day, but as of right now, I'm not ready to. They are on my list though. Another brand I am interested in is Diveroon Cosmetic, or if you are Haute Miss Tom, you say Divaroon. And yeah, I love that name. I always want to say Divaroon just because of Tom and how they say it, and it's just, I don't know, it brings a smile to my face. But yeah, Divaroon Cosmetics. The only thing I'm actually very much interested in is their collaboration with Andromeda from Instagram. I don't know if Andromeda has a YouTube channel, but Divaroon Cosmetics did a collaboration with Andromeda, and that palette is stunning. It stays on my mind since the palette release. And yeah, I one day will purchase that. As of right now, my eyeshadow collection is growing at a rate that it needs to stop growing at. Another brand I am interested in is Cosmic Beauty or Cosmic Brushes. I looked at the Cosmic Brushes website and there's so many things that I am so interested in, like their eyeshadow palettes, the layouts, beautiful shades that are in just one singular palette. I'm like, wow, 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 wow. But then when I take a closer look, almost every palette has a black shade, whether it's black mixed with purple sparkle, black mixed with some type of sparkle, or if it's a black, I'm just like, do every single one of your palettes need a black? And I get it. I get it. It offers a more inclusive shade range. I appreciate that. Trust me, I understand. It can create a variety of looks, but I'm just like, in every palette. And also, one other thing, I don't think I want to purchase large palettes. The palettes that I have at the moment that are, I guess, relatively large, like the Bella Beauty Bar one or the Odensai one, those are 20 pan or less palettes. I think I want 20 pans or less. Like, I think my ideal range is like 9 to 12 pans. So I have to remember that. I'll definitely broaden my makeup consumerism ideas and let you guys in on it. But as of right now, I'm just kind of talking things out with you. So yeah, Cosmic Beauty. Yeah, their eyeshadow palettes look magnificent, but I just wish they would make smaller selections of shades sometimes. Um, Anyways, another brand that is very intriguing to me is Artitude Cosmetics. They are a UK based brand. I actually believe Cosmic Beauty is also a UK based brand. Artitude Cosmetics, I was actually going to purchase from them for their Black Friday deals. I was mainly interested in a lot of their like tools and accessories. However, I was having too many brands and too many things, too many items from each brand's website in my carts, and I was just like, I need to chill out. So I had to really dwindle it down. And so Artitude Cosmetics was not one I purchased from quite yet. However, even their eyeshadow palettes look beautiful, and I do enjoy the idea of their brand. It is a makeup artist founded brand or makeup artist owned brand. Of course, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, you guys. Artitude Cosmetics. I love the vision that they have, like, in the photography. Wow, like, please, it is beautiful. One of the items I purchased from Game Beauty is their anime eyes, false eyelashes. This is in 07B Shoujo. Okay, lost some footage again, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I left off at Artitude Cosmetics. If I haven't, I may just be repeating myself, or I may just be starting off with Artitude Cosmetics. I don't know. But yes, Artitude Cosmetics. The photography looks beautiful on the website. I'm very interested in their tools and accessories, and their palettes also look very beautiful. One day, just not now. Again, pretty sure they're a UK based brand, so I am not ready to pay that yet. So yeah. Next is Day Day Signature. I'm very, very interested in Day Day Signature's eyeshadow palettes. They look stunning. They look so versatile. I love the combination of eyeshadow colors in each palette. I just think there's a lot of creativity there to be like seen and to be like put on the eyes. Um, their eyeshadow palettes are slightly on the larger side, and again, that's just something I'm trying not to bring into my life at the moment. But yeah, Day Day Signature is on my list to purchase from. I believe Day Day Signature is a relatively small brand still, and they're still pretty new. So I'm excited to see what they have to offer in the future. Another brand I am interested in is Black Moon Cosmetics. Now, one of the main things I'm interested in from Black Moon Cosmetics is their lip selection, because those lip shades, incredibly unique. Like, come on, their lip shades look absolutely beautiful. Very intrigued by unique lip shades at the moment. I looked at their eyeshadow palettes. They look beautiful. They have a cat's one. I love cats. I have a cat. My boyfriend has cats. We're eventually going to live together and have cats together. So I love that idea. I also looked at their tools and accessories, and those look beautiful as well. So yeah, that brand is very enticing. Another brand that I'm interested in is Narimi. Narimi, I believe, is a sea beauty brand, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember from Hot Miss Tom's video. They did feature a Narimi eyeshadow palette in their videos before. And when they used it, I was like, wait, that's to die for. I would love it. I don't know how shipping, nor do I know how like China and US relations are in terms of stuff. So yeah, I would love a Narimi Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. I haven't done any research on them. I just know from Hope Miss Tom's videos and the palette that they used in their videos. I was just like, wow, the palette is stunning, and the packaging, the artwork, to die for, definitely. So yeah, I would love to eventually own something from Narimi. Sure, it's not feasible at the moment. It's definitely not feasible at the moment, sorry. And then another brand I am very interested in is Dandelion Cosmetics. Interestingly enough, Dandelion Cosmetics was a brand I found out about long ago, like in 2015, 2016, maybe 2017. It was basically when all of the beauty YouTubers were so into doing single eyeshadow things and like building their own palettes and duping things, and it was during that time. I don't know if I'm on the correct timeline, but that's when I discovered and like did my research and was looking up different brands that did single shadows. Dandelion Cosmetics was one of them. And I remember vividly that I would have a journal and I wrote down like different shadow colors that I wanted from Dandelion Cosmetics, and I would like place them in color categories, and it was just a time. However, I never ever placed an order from them. I think at the moment I was like not interested in the single eyeshadow type of makeup lifestyle. However, Dandelion Cosmetics actually showed up on my Shopify feed, because for some reason Shopify has a feed now. And I looked at their collection of products and they are still at a discount, so I purchased some. I know. Don't get me started. I know. Trust me, I know. Don't worry. Whatever you're saying in your head about me, I am saying in my head about me. So it's all good. It's all good. Don't tell me, please. But yeah, I placed a small order from them, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see and get a chance to experience them, since I long ago desired for that brand. Yeah. Next, I do want to discuss brands that I'm still interested in supporting that either are still at a large corporation retailer or are no longer at a large corporation retailer like Ritual Diffie. But these are brands that I still don't mind supporting. Of course, as things are in 2026, things can change for an entire brand. So we shall take it as it comes. So one brand I will continue to support is LYS Beauty. If you don't know, I did do a brief history of LYS Beauty and the brand founder mainly, Tisha Thompson. I did do a video on that, so if you'd like to take a look, definitely check out my YouTube videos. It was a makeup brand founded, makeup artist owned and founded, Full Face or something like that. And yeah, LYS Beauty still continues to be a brand that I am looking forward to making more purchases from. And they are Georgia based, so that's super cool, super fun. I love supporting Georgian owned businesses. It makes me feel like I am helping my state, you know. Another brand I am interested in still supporting is Nabla Cosmetics. See, I don't know if Nabla is still on Ulta's website. I think when I looked up the bronzing powder, I don't think I saw it on their app. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Nabla is being phased out of Ulta or what. A bit disappointing if it is, but also understandable if it is because the brand chose to leave Ulta. If it's not because of that and it's because of profit margins, well, Ulta sucks then. But yeah, Nabla Cosmetics. I love Nabla. I've used their skin bronzing powder, which I have and I love. And then I also have tried their skin glazing powder in like a blushy tone. I did actually give that to a friend because I just wasn't using it. And I also have come to realize I don't think I quite like shimmer in my blushes. I think I prefer a matte finish. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with Nabla, and I don't believe Nabla is a US based brand. I'm pretty sure they're like a European brand. Um, but yeah, I think eventually when I eventually hit pan and use up all of my Nabla skin bronzing powder, I will perhaps place an order from Nabla Cosmetics. And then that will be the day I accept defeat and am going to be like, well, at least I'm supporting a small business from not the US, you know? So, yeah. So that is always on the table for me. And then another brand I am still going to continue to support is Kosas. I do enjoy a lot of Kosas products. I love their complexion products. I enjoy that cloud setting spray. I think that's what that's called. I've used that before. It's really beautiful. I love their lip products. Their lip range, off the charts, especially for like clean beauty and for a brand that's sold at Ulta or sold at Sephora. Sorry, I love like all of their lip products. Um, the shades are pretty nice. Some of them are like repetitive, but the ones that aren't repetitive are absolutely beautiful. Um, yeah, and Kosas I just like the brand a lot, and I would like to continue supporting that brand, um, unless something comes up and their values don't align with mine. Another brand I would like to continue supporting is Fenty. As we know, Fenty was the first brand to come out with like 50 shades of a foundation, and so they kickstarted off this is how brands should cater to a variety of people. Um, I do enjoy Fenty products. Their complexion products, though, I'm not interested. I don't know. I've applied some of them on myself at Sephora, and I just am like, why do you do that? So complexion products, no, but lip products and color cosmetics, and their mascara is beautiful. So yes. And then another brand that I'm actually very interested in through Glitter Fallout here on YouTube, also known as Linda. Um, she loves Melt Cosmetics, and I'm interested in Melt Cosmetics because of her. And of course, Bailey Sarian. I used to be a big watcher of Bailey Sarian. However, I try not to watch true crime stuff anymore because it was getting too real for me to where I would make assumptions about people close to me. So, gotta cut that. Had to cut that short, you know. Um, yeah, so I just can't do true crime anymore, unfortunately. Um, and yeah, so there, Linda from Glitter Fallout loves Melt Cosmetics. I see her use a ton of their products a lot, and I've always been interested in their eyeshadow palettes in particular. So they are a brand that I am considering, and their shades are very like grungy gothy, and I'm not saying like I'm a grungy gothy person, but I do love the aesthetic and the vibes of it. So Melt Cosmetics is definitely a brand I will consider in future. I do just want to touch on items that I want to either limit my purchases on or just stop buying in general. Um, so one thing I've discovered is especially within this year, because I've been able to like just mess around with my makeup a lot more and have makeup playtime and just have fun. And one thing I've realized is I am a concealer girl. I'm a concealer girl through and through. I prefer concealers. Sometimes on a daily basis when I am running out of time, I just literally put a concealer on and do my brows and go. Um, and yeah, I just think with my current collection, I just need to stop buying foundations and just focus on purchasing concealers. And with me, I know what concealers I like, um, but with foundations, I don't know what I like truly. I mean, there are like, there's like one or two things I know I truly like, but as a whole, I just think concealers are way more versatile um, compared to foundations, and I just prefer the pigment output of concealers. And plus, they're usually in slimmer compacts. Like, I don't know. I think I'm realizing more and more concealers are just easier for me. And then, especially when I travel, I don't want a foundation. I just want a concealer that can do the job of a foundation. So, for me, no more foundation purchases for 2026 or for indefinitely, you know, because I have so many foundations that I still need to work through. So, another thing I would like to consider for my makeup collection is purchasing unique blush and lip colors. Um, I learned this year that I love a grungy look. I love a grungy lip look, especially. And I don't see that ever leaving and then me becoming a bright toned lip person. Um, as it stands, me personally, I don't like wearing bold lip colors. I love a nude lip, a muted lip. I just don't like drawing attention to my lip area. Um, so I just prefer nudes or grungy nudes or really unique deep tones. Um, or it doesn't even have to be a deep tone. It could be like a really unique pink, but it has to be unique. Like, um, I have yet to do it like a makeup collection tour and declutter video. I have yet to do my lip products, but I can't wait to swatch and compare my products just to see if anything overlap, or just to see if I'm still vibing with any of those. Because at the end of the day, I have to love what I put on myself, you know what I mean? And if I just am no longer feeling confident, then I have to let it go. Can't wait to film that video because I'm curious to see how my lip collection is. So, unique blush and lip colors. I am glad to have that as a I don't want to say goal because it's not a goal, but I'm glad to have that as like a narrowed mindset, or as like a narrow, like putting my blinders on, not looking at anything else. Because if it's not unique, then I don't need it. If it's not like something just that speaks to my soul, I don't need it. I'm not going to go out of my way to look for any of them. It's just if something piques my interest and I see it, or if I'm doing a look and I'm like, I wonder if there's a tone like that out there that would complete this look so well. That is when I will look. It helps that the blush and lip colors have to be unique, because most of the time it is like indie makeup brands that are doing unique colors in blushes and in lip colors. So that's exciting. It kind of coincides with my consumer mindset for makeup for 2026. So yeah. And then eyeshadows. My eyeshadows are growing at a speed that it needs to stop growing at. So I'm definitely going to be a lot more mindful. I think as my Black Friday orders trickle in, I'm going to sit down and take a look. I am going to do like a palette collection, but I don't necessarily think I'm going to declutter. I'll just show you what I have, and then if something does not sit right with me in that moment, then I will let it go. But after that, for 2026, for my makeup consumption, I don't want to purchase a lot of eyeshadow palettes. If I do purchase eyeshadow palettes, I've noticed a pattern with my eyeshadow collection. I prefer cool tones, jewel tones, deep, rich tones, neutral eyeshadows, neutral, cool toned eyeshadows, neutral, jewel toned eyeshadows, neutral, deep, rich tones. My collection, because I look at my makeup collection so much, and I like to look at different shades and if shades compare to each other, I've realized all of my shades in my eyeshadow palettes are very neutral, mid-toned, deep. And if they're not neutral, then they're like cool toned and like murky, and yeah, they're just deeper. And then jewel toned eyeshadow, I feel like I have eyeshadows in my collection that lean jewel toned. I just still don't understand what jewel toned means, I think. So I'll have to settle that at some point. But yeah, that is something I need to slow down on for sure. And I can find satisfaction in the eyeshadow palettes and eyeshadow singles that I have and will have once my Black Friday orders come in. Less eyeliners and eyeshadow sticks. I don't have very many eyeshadow sticks. I really don't. I have my Danessa Myricks eyeshadow duo, and then I have two It Cosmetics eyeshadow sticks. I just am realizing I don't need eyeshadow sticks. I've used them and I appreciate them for what they are, but I don't think I use them to their full advantage. So I think eyeshadow sticks will be one I have to not purchase a lot. Um, so yeah, and then eyeliners. For some reason, I think I'm an eyeliner person, but I'm really not. I have like 4 liquid eyeliners. I don't use them very often. Like, I literally meant to use my white eyeliner today because I literally took it out of my collection. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to use this on my green eyeshadow look. And I forgot because it's just a step that I forget to do because it's not a step that brings joy to me because it's so difficult. Well, it's like a challenge, I have to like, it's just so challenging. I have to focus. It's very time consuming and very intricate. So yeah, less eyeliners and less eyeshadow sticks for me in 2026. I will definitely use what I have. And then with the whole eyeliners, I can use my eyeshadows as liners. They will give the same effect, and I have used that. So yeah, I've got to slow down on my consumption for eyeliners and also eyeshadow sticks. So that is that. At the moment, that is all that I wrote down for my makeup consumption for 2026. Habits I want to introduce or habits I need to stop and slow down and cut down on. I hope you enjoyed listening to my makeup consumption goals for 2026. And I hope you enjoyed seeing me do my makeup. And this is how everything came out. No lip product because I didn't grab one.